welcome to Town Administrator Update. I am Nicci Kadilak, and with me is John Danizio, the Town Administrator for the Town of Burlington. Hi, John.
Hi, Nicci. Thanks for having me. Hello, everybody.
Very nice to see you. Yeah. So why don't we get right down to it? Lots of stuff has happened since the last Town Admin Update. We've had a town meeting. We have a special election coming up. So why don't we start by talking about town meeting for just a couple minutes?
Sure.
A couple big decisions made by town meeting, starting with an approval for new zoning in a portion of the MBTA communities overlay. Can you talk a little bit about what that means?
Sure. So technically what we did is we created a third district in the MBTA, specifically for 129 and 131 Middlesex Turnpike, two buildings that were 1970s era two-story commercial buildings. And that zoning was created, and the need for that to go to town meeting was because the density was going to be the request for density was going to be higher than what was allowed through the existing MBTA zoning. So this was going to be for 188 units, which calculated out to about 30 units per acre density. So that had to go to town meeting. So it will be an upgrade from the area, like I said, from a couple of old commercial buildings to 188 units, and about a $90 million project that will come with it all of the infrastructure improvements that are needed for some zoning like that. So the normal process is for that to go through the planning board for a special permit. But the way it was submitted was to make this by right. So what happened is the developer did a development agreement with the town through the select board, through some members of the planning board, some members of the select board, and administrative and professional staff worked with the developer to get those protections in place that exist in a project like that. So that was one big vote at town meeting. I have a hunch you'll ask about the next one.
I will. Let's just talk a little bit about the development agreement, though, for 1 second. I know that there was some community benefit written into that development agreement. There's going to be a community room that's accessible to the whole community, not just people who live there.
Yep. And
a walking path that goes over to Great Meadow Road.
Correct. So as part of that project, there'll be a public use path that can get you from Middlesex Turnpike down to Great Meadow Road. Additionally, as a community benefit through that, the developer has agreed to fund the design of a sidewalk or fund some sort of design improvements for that area. At the time we had submitted a grant to the state for a sidewalk or a shared use path, which I guess is the fancy name for a wide sidewalk.
For a big sidewalk.
That would connect the missing sections of Great Meadow Road. So there is some sidewalk on Great Meadow Road, especially down by the DPW, which is brand new. So this would connect it all the way from the intersection at Great Meadow and Middlesex Turnpike all the way down to Mall Road and help pedestrians get from that property or from anywhere past that property all the way down.
That's great.
So much needed connection.
And it'll be a few years before that project is done.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Yep, so you telegraphed, you predicted what I was going to ask about next. The Burlington High School, the borrowing was officially approved by town meeting, but pending a vote for a debt exclusion. We've talked a lot about debt exclusion. Episode 2 of Burlington at Work, we had a long conversation about that. What should people know going into the special election on November 15th?
Sure. So we had a whole separate show on it, so go ahead and watch that show. But also, there's a little bit different than most projects because this, the debt service for a project of this size will be the biggest project the town has ever undertaken. Doesn't fit within the levy limits, so it has to you either have to have an override or what's called a debt exclusion. So that was approved by town meeting to go to the voters, and then that will happen on November 15th with an all-day election on a Saturday right here in this building, like always does. But before then, there'll be early voting that starts. Well, tomorrow, I'm not sure when this airs, it starts on the 6th. It goes till the 13th during town hall opening hours, with the exception of Labor Day. Veterans Day.
Yep.
Town hall is closed, but come on down the common and help us honor the veterans. That's at 10 o'clock on Veterans Day. And then, like I said, that goes from the 6th to the 13th. So a lot of opportunity for people to cast their votes.
And if you have a mail-in vote, the getting your mail-in vote has already concluded, I think today, or yesterday maybe, I can't remember. But if you have a mail-in vote ballot, you can go ahead and send that in as well. How about, this is really, really exciting, especially for me in a communications role that is not officially affiliated with the town, but we do have a new communications officer in the town of Burlington. Tell us more about Laura Zakruski.
Yeah, thanks for asking. We're super excited to have Laura on board. The position, a much anticipated communications position. Every meeting I've been in the past couple months have said, well, when we get this communications director. So I told Laura she's got a big hill to climb, but she's only been on for a couple weeks. She has a great background, and I'm not sure if you got a chance to meet her or if she's been here to do a program. But she's been on a couple weeks, and she's sort of in the feeling out phase. So she's working hard on sort of unifying all of our messagings throughout platforms, and has been meeting with department heads. And as you well know, in communications for the town is sporadic. We've dipped a toe in all the different means, but we're not great at any of them. So for instance, the rec department is great with getting their message out to their folks in their way they want to get it. But what we're hoping for Laura to do is to sort of professionalize and unify our message into a common voice, and to, most importantly, understand where people how they want to get their communication. So where are they at? How do they want to get it from us, and not, get bogged down in one specific type communication mode. So she's really excited. Like I said, she just started. There'll be lots more opportunity for her to get out and meet folks coming up.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I can't overstate how excited I am. All right, so also the police station the temporary police station is open now on Middlesex Turnpike, is that right?
It is. It's ready. It's permitted. So we had to push back the move-in a couple times. The move-in was supposed to be on the 29th. It's now pushed back till the 10th, but we're all systems go for next Monday. We're excited to get in there. I know you saw it and did a piece on it. It looks great. It's going to be a great space for them. It'll be a little tight for them. There's a lot of them. But then not only that, we get the benefit of being able to use that after they move out. And now we have 20 plus spaces for folks to use. And, that's exciting for everybody. They're moving in on Monday. The move-in takes a couple days, and the 911 doesn't actually switch, but starting on probably next Wednesday, the official address for the police station will be 171 Middlesex Turnpike. So that's where you'll go. But the process, the OPM that we work with, and the owner's project manager that we work with, and the architect have done a lot of public safety buildings. So they've gone through it all. We were very nervous about the E911 switch. How does it happen when you move? It's coordinated so that our folks will stay over at the police station, the current police station. They'll flip the switch, works over there. They'll move over, seamless. Something doesn't work, goes back over to those.
So you'll man both
folks.
stations until you're sure that the temporary police station is operational.
Yeah. So that's the temp station. So that's great. Good news on the new station is that our bids finally came back, very favorable. We haven't finalized the contract yet or have a kickoff meeting, so I don't have any specifics to get into, but It will be significantly under budget, which is a great thing. We're really happy about that, and also to get started. So we'll have the contractor on board, and they'll be pulling permits, in the next few weeks. Like I said, we did slide. We had about a month slide back in the spring, and maybe there's been a couple more weeks, but we'll see once they get in and get their phasing together if there's any sort of makeup on that. But in the end, we're still going to be, 2 falls from now, opening a brand new station. So folks can expect to see some activity at the police station, moving trucks, no cars. All of a sudden, a fence will be up.
Yeah.
So there'll be some.
Very slowly and then all at once, they say, right?
Exactly.
Wonderful. What about, there's another construction project that's maybe not quite as exciting or public as the police station, but it's the MWRA Water Connection Project that's been ongoing for a really long time, but we've got a new phase going on right now, or starting up. So tell us a little bit.
Maybe not as exciting for some, but super exciting for others. We're thrilled to have started the last phase, the final phase, which I always kid is for some reason labeled 2B. To be finished, maybe it stands for, I don't know. But getting some, because of where the last phase goes, it goes from Adams Street on the Turnpike all the way down to Mall Road.
Yeah.
And then a little past Mall Road and a little down Mall Road.
And this is to make that pipe, the water main pipe, bigger than it currently is and serve the town better with water in the future, right?
So as designed, this last piece that we get with the bigger pipe and will allow us, as designed, to get 6.5 million gallons per day from MWRA.
And that's in addition to what we already have from Mill Pond.
Correct. So everything works out great, then that's great. But, we'll have to get it all put in and turn it on and see where we can get to.
Yeah.
So right now we have the ability to get a couple million gallon per day. I think maybe 3 million, or I can't remember if it's 3 or 2. But
yeah.
What's a million?
Let's split the million. Split down the middle. I mean.
So that's super exciting. That group has just been in front of the select board to get approval to have street openings past November 15th. November 15th is the deadline for that work. Because this is such an important project, the select board had approved them to go till December 15th for the stretch that they've already put pipe in the ground from Adams Street to Blanchard Road.
Okay.
This will allow them to continue to connect all of those properties to that main. While in that period when they wouldn't normally be able to do that.
Great.
So that'll be a huge help, and then hopefully hit the road running in the spring and be done next construction season.
All right.
Then I'll come back here and we can high five and say we're done.
Oh yeah, I will high five. I mean, I've been following this project since the beginning as well. And what maybe the town doesn't know, or individuals don't know, that a lot of this project was funded by, am I wrong about this? Do we get support from the state?
Yeah,
for this
we're
project?
going down the right path.
Okay.
This project was initially estimated to cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $25 million.
Okay.
It's, in the end will be, around half of that.
Wow.
Because of other funding through state MassWorks grants and partnering with public-private partnering. And so it's a great story to tell. So when we're done, we'll take a victory lap and talk about how much was saved.
Wonderful. We'll do that. Anything else that I'm missing today?
Not that I know of. It's an exciting time with the election coming up. And for us, we're always in town meeting mode because our town meetings come every 150 days or whatever the calendar calls for, the bylaw calls for. So we're already prepping for January town meeting and having meetings with people that are submitting warrant. We already have 4 warrants for January town meeting.
All right. Anything exciting to share?
I'll let the people that submit them announce them rather than steal their thunder.
Sounds good. Great. Well, John Danizio, thank you very much for being with us today.
Great. Thanks for having me.
And join us next time for the Town Administrator Update on BCAT.